What about like caffeine,
Hmm. Yeah.
nicotine? Like, what about like stimulants or stuff like that? Do you have any opinion on those type of things when it comes to staying focused and productivity?
Yeah, absolutely. Like coffee and caffeine are, yeah, a lot of let's say biohackers and everyone else does use it for productivity and focus, and it does have a, like a alertness boosting effect. So it's yeah, one of the most commonly used performance enhancing drugs in the world, and it does have like some health benefits as well, like lowers risk of liver cancer and lowers risk of diabetes and neurodegeneration. So it does have benefits.
Unless you
Um,
put a lot of cream and sugar in it, right?
well, yeah, yes, for sure. Like Starbucks doesn't count. So,
Right.
uh, but yeah, it can be like a very good thing if you get it in the right amounts and if you don't overdo it. Because if you like get too much caffeine, then you will become overly stimulated, and that can just actually make it worse and less
Mm,
productive. So yeah, like I prefer whenever I do have like coffee, then I'll drink only like 1 cup or something. And usually per day I'll stick to like 2 cups, 2 cups.
okay.
And there are like some compounds as well that can kind of blunt the caffeine response, so that you would get it more slowly and you would maintain like a more stable energy. So one of them being like L-theanine, which is like naturally found in green tea and other teas.
Mm.
But you can also take it as a supplement. So if you take a supplement with like 200 or 300 milligrams of L-theanine combined with a cup of coffee, uh, then you will see more stable energy and
Mm.
let's say more sustained response as well.
Sustained.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think a
and
lot of people probably overdo the coffee, get real jittery,
yeah,
and then crash later or don't maintain that focus throughout the day. So, what's the name of that again? One more time.
it's a L-theanine. It's a like amino
L-theanine.
acid
Okay,
L-theanine. Yeah, yeah.
awesome.
But there's also like these fatty coffees where you add like MCT oil or some butter into the coffee and you blend it up, so you get like this very also like the fat is high in calories and it does slow down the absorption of the caffeine as well. So this, which is the bulletproof coffee kind of concept.
Bulletproof coffee, right, with the butter in it. So yeah, the idea for that is it sustains it more.
Yeah, yeah, it slows down the response.
Cool. And like they always talk about in America, like in Silicon Valley, a lot of the guys they might take like these like super performance enhancing drugs, right?
Right.
Like, do you think those ultimately might be negative? Do you think that they help? Do you what are your do you have any opinions on that?
Yeah, like one of the more common ones or renowned ones is modafinil.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I've looked into some of the research, and it doesn't appear to have like a superior effect than caffeine, regular caffeine. So you can probably get the similar response
Okay.
as caffeine, but the difference is that modafinil lasts for a lot longer. So modafinil stays in your bloodstream for like hours and hours compared to caffeine that will
Right.
start to diminish already within like 4 or 5 hours.
And I think the problem with some of those things is people think that they can take that and then they don't have to sleep, they don't have to eat healthy, they
Right.
can just not do any of the basic things we talked about, sleep, exercise, nutrition, discipline, and they think that they can like take some stimulant and then not have to worry about that other stuff. And that might work for a day or two, right? But it's not going to sustain over time. So,
Yeah, and
you can't
it
get around it.
also
You can't get around exercise, sleep, and just being healthy.
yeah, yeah, for sure. So you have to think about it. Yeah, like do you want to do it for the rest of your life, or do you want to do it only for like the short term? So
Right.
which one is the more sustainable option? And there's also the thing that if you, let's say, get dependent off these stimulants in order to be productive, then you're actually, you're not actually being more productive as you are.
Mm,
You're being more productive as the result of taking these things, as these supplements and the whatnot. And if you were to eliminate those supplements and let's say caffeine itself, then you would fall back into like your baseline, which is very low compared to
right.
something that if you build your discipline muscles, if you build your focus muscles, then you will naturally have higher focus and productivity without the need of these stimulants. So
Right.
it's more, again, more sustainable, and it's also more free. You're like more freedom because
Right.
you don't need a cup of coffee to stay productive. You can just wake up and go, which is like what I prefer. Like I don't
Right.
want to be dependent on anything,
Right. Right.
whether that be like a paycheck or whether that be uh, a supplement or some nootropic or whatnot. So I would much
Right.
rather be just my baseline level be higher, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
I mean, freedom, every human being wants freedom, and being dependent on anything is kind of the opposite of that.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, productivity. I mean, it's an important thing. And basically, you can't get around it. You got to be disciplined and you got to train those muscles. You got to train the neurons in your brain to be productive. Almost forgot. I almost forgot. If you really enjoyed the clip, if you really enjoyed the podcast, one thing I would appreciate more than anything, just hit the little subscribe button. And I have hours and hours of podcast footage talking to some of the best entrepreneurs out there on YouTube. Watch some more of them. Check out this. Check out this. Go ahead and binge. Have some fun. I love you. Thanks for watching.